Yes, we are audio only at this time. So if you're hearing this audio, ladies and gentlemen, you are in the right place. This is the place. This is the story. You see, people, it's a brave new world of technology and what else? Technology and giblets. Giblets. Yeah. 'Tis the season for giblets.
Yes, there it is.
Yes, there it is.
Yep.
You can see it.
Let me see, how much time have I got? I got 1 minute. Oh, no. Okay,
Remember, you're playing the first song. I don't know if we covered that.
I know,
already.
that's just...
Okay, all right.
And I do this.
So I'm gonna. What's gonna happen here, Jim? Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I could have your attention for just a moment.
Yeah.
I know you're busy.
Okay.
I know you've got a lot of things that you're dealing with, but I'm gonna mute you. Then I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna introduce.
For good? For how long?
Until I introduce you.
Until you feel like it. Okay.
Pretty much. All right. Let's see if this works. What do you say, folks? What do you say, people? What do you say we say something like it's Tuesday, 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 the day that time forgot, and there's Jim all by himself. I don't get it. Where's me? There's me. Hi, this is your director speaking. I'm Bill Davie, and you're in the Treehouse. This is Treehouse Concert number 30. We're using brand new technology, never before tried. It's still in the experimental stages. I had to steal it from the sub-basement of the Pentagon, smuggled it across the country. This is the lengths we go to here at the Treehouse to bring you the finest in live virtual entertainment. Yes. And tonight is very special. It is very special. I've got to deal with a couple of little things. Cam and Pete. We've got the ever popular Thanks, Mom. And we've got the Tamitra. And then we finally have the big one, the mother of all mugs, from the Twist River Pub. Any Medhowians that happen to be in the audience tonight will want to be part of that. So, we do have a special guest tonight. Jim, are you ready? Are you ready to join the fun? You ready to join the excitement, the dynamic thing?
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can do all this. I'll try. I'll do my best.
Please welcome Jim Page, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I'm awakened in the morning to a big surprise. That big old sun is trying to rise. But there's something weird going on around town. Every time it goes up, it just comes back down. So I roll up my sleeves and I jump right in. Dark matter coming on me again. Dark matter coming on me again. Well, now let me guess, I can figure it out. You put a ship in a bottle, now you can't get it out. The eye of the needle and a 2x4 seems like nothing really fits together anymore. It's a mess, and I don't know what to do. Dark matter, I'm depending on you. Dark matter, I'm depending on you. When out Paul Revere did a midnight ride, meeting Emma Goldman by the riverside. It was almost a great and glorious day, but they couldn't remember what they were supposed to say. So they took out their guitars and they started to sing Dark Matter, getting into everything. That's what they were singing, Dark Matter. Yeah, getting into everything. Well, now Stephen Hawking said to Neil deGrasse, this theoretical stuff is a pain in the ass. Says, Neil, what are you trying to say? And Steve says, well, I'll get back to you later on today. You know, it's just that it would make more sense if dark matter would just get off the fence. Dark matter. Yeah, it just needs to get off the fence, that's all. That's right. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it isn't there. Dark matter everywhere. Dark matter everywhere. Well, I fell in love with a friend of mine. She was a walking on a tightrope line, and I was a crawling on my hands and knees. We bumped into each other, said, excuse me, please? Do I know you? Was this meant to be, or is this just dark matter messing around with me? Dark matter. Yeah, messing around with me. So I took a leap and I went so high, I blew a hole right through the sky. And I swam like a fish in ethereal brine, till I left the whole damn solar system behind. You ask me why I'm leaving? Well, I'll try to make it clear there's just too much dark matter around here. Dark matter. Yeah, there's just too much of it around here. Yeah, dark matter. Get me out of here.
Yes, sir.
That's how that goes. How come you're over there on that side, man? You were over on that side earlier today.
I like some variety in my life, you know? Wait a minute.
Katie said she doesn't know how to get on.
She doesn't know how to get on?
I don't know if it's okay.
Is there something to click there?
No, it's all right. You pay attention to what you're doing.
If she can't get on, that means that nobody can watch my thing except let you go ahead and do something. I'm going to see if I can. I'm going to see what's going on here. This is weird. Uh-oh. Hold on.
Okay. All right.
Hold on.
All right. Thank you, Jim. I'm going to mute you now so that I can play a song, okay?
All right.
You just do what you're doing, okay?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, while Jim deals with technical difficulties at his end. Now, Diane said that she was on Jim's page earlier and could see Jim fine. Anybody that's watching on either Jim's or my page, if you would stop just long enough to share it to your page. You don't have to go to your page. Just share it to your page. And that way, we'll, more people will see it. Yeah. Jim and I are trying out a new platform for this. We're not using Zoom. I don't know if you noticed that or not. We're not using Zoom, but because we like this platform better, because we can do solo screen, we can do split screen, we can move back and forth between them. That's what we're able to do. So if it's a little janky this first time, you know, I know I've had a whole week to rest up. And probably we should have been practicing this more and stuff like that. But Jim's a very busy guy. He's got a lot of things going on. I don't like to bug him too much because if we start the show and he's already pissed at me about something, then it's happened before. I'd rather it didn't happen anymore. But wait, do I hear the dulcet tones? I do. Of the hand, ladies and gentlemen. I knew that we would not be able to get away with without. You're supposed to talk to me first before you say hi. Ooh, man, you smell good all the way up to the wrist. I'm just going to hold on to this for a couple of... No, you probably need this back. I knew that the people would not rest. They would not be able to live with themselves without an appearance by the hand. Pam Bolding, Phil and Pam Bolding are in the house. Charlotte, Henry, and Stefan are in the house. Welcome. Alice Davies in the house. Bill Willem's in the house. Holly Tuttle and Kim Nelson are in the house. Jeff Steve is in the house. Kathy Brewer. Captain John. Jeff Acorn. Fine photographer. Rochelle Hamill from down in Tacoma, city of my birth, is here. Linda Rosales is here from Colorado. Yeah, Katie Keenan. Well, Katie Keenan. Katrina Knight. Hello, Katrina, from back in Pennsylvania. Welcome aboard, all you guys. Here we go. Edsel came from the city, landed out here in the trees. He brought his digital baggage and his eccentricity. Got his tractor running on a bench up over the hill, and the sound of that heavy equipment brought a curse and a laugh and a chill. Send some love to your parents, estranged back over the humps. Then drive down into your talents, give it gas when you get to the bumps. Hoodoo peak in his left eye, Pipestone Canyon the right. He realigned all of his systems, worked the day and slept the night. Picked up a shovel on Christmas, picked up a shovel in June, picked up his daddy's old arch top and bathed something new with the moon. So send some love to your parents, estranged back over the humps. Then drive down into your talents, give it gas when you get to the bumps. You'll get to the bumps. Edsel couldn't have been happier in his drafty old trailer estate. But he got real high last November and he broke through the ice at the lake. The city people gave him a service, the country folk danced all night. Some people made new plans that day and some folks got it right. They sent some love to their parents, estranged back over the humps. Then they drove down into their talents, gave it gas when they got to the bumps. And they got to the bumps. So send some love to your parents, estranged back over the humps. Then drive down into your talents, give it gas when you get to the bumps. That's how that works.
Cool.
Well, thank you, sir.
I like.
Haven't played that one in a
I
while.
like it. Well,
Haven't played
I
that
know
one
it's
in
a good one. Gassed when you get to the bumps.
Yeah, Bubba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a song about a bump, I guess. By the way, it's good to be here on Bill's Tuesday night tree. I hope I don't fall out of the tree. Sleeping on a car seat. Well, get these out of my ear. All right, now I can hear what I'm doing. Sleeping on a car seat on a side street. Sleeping on a car seat without a bed sheet. Some cars don't have any seats, and some seats don't have any cars. You get tired enough, you sleep right where you are, sleeping on a car seat on a side street. Now it's a quiet kind of neighborhood, and nothing really goes too far. Beautiful day in the morning, and there you are, sleeping on a car seat on the side street. Sleeping on a car seat without a bed sheet. 1 foot out and 1 foot in and 1 foot on the prowl. I'd rather be sleeping in a feather bed, but this'll have to do for now. Without a car around it, right where you found it, sleeping on a car seat. That's right. Somebody might come along, somebody see your shoe, somebody steal your wallet. Now what are you gonna do? Sleeping on a car seat on a side street. Black crows talking tree to tree, days are getting warm. There's a turbulence advisory, but that's for another kind of storm. Sleeping on a car seat on a side street. The 1 foot out and 1 foot in, where you been, my friend? All around the world and back, and there you are in a sleeping sack, without a car around it, right where you found it, sleeping on a car seat on a side street. Mouse crawling over your shoulder, drone flying over your head, police sitting in a cruiser, ain't no breakfast in bed, sleeping on a car seat on a side street. Sleeping on a side street. Hello in there. Hello. Hello. I'll give you one guess what that's about.
One guess? Only one?
Well, yeah, if you can't do it one guess, you can't do it.
Oh man. Well, here's what I'm hearing from the populace. They say that your feed is a little fuzzy.
Okay.
And but you sound great. You sound fantastic.
Fuzzy but good. But I've got fuzz tone on the guitar, and I need a haircut, so I guess that kind of covers all those bases.
There you go. Yeah.
You know, all we can do is the best we can.
That's the truth.
As long as it doesn't freeze, then we're okay. You know.
Yeah, and if if you do happen to freeze, you just dial me back up, and I'll bring you right back in.
Got it.
If the hand seems to have something here, here's the hand.
How come the hand doesn't come through me? It just goes. It appears over to my shoulder, right over there.
I don't know how it works. Tim Swagger, my best friend, since we were 9 years old, says, and you made fun of the AV nerds in school, didn't you? Who rules the world now? The AV nerds rule the world. My mom and my sister are both in the house. Joyce Glasgow's in the house.
Hi, Joyce.
You know Joyce, yeah. My cousin, Annie Landerholm Burke, and her better half, Robert, are in the house. Jamie Turner, an old first student buddy, is in the house. So we got some quality individuals here, Jim.
We got some quality stuff, yeah.
Quality individuals. I'm going to try another tune, all right? Okay.
Mute me.
Mute
me on the bounty.
You on the bounty. There we go. And we go to this guy. I want this guy. Yeah, sorry. It's just me now, folks. Okay. Well, if I look clearer than Jim's working on a Wi-Fi system. I'm working on I got the Ethernet cable plugged in, and I don't know if that's making a difference or not. But that's life on the sound for you, huh? Carved a shield for his daughter, the First Nations designs he had seen. Out of cedar he pulled from the water, and the carvers he met in his dreams. Now she carries his grandchild inside her as they take the path down to the bay, skipping stones on the still morning mirror, with everything and nothing to say. Life on the Sound is a long recitation, a fog on the shoreline and rain in rotation. It's a dewy-eyed lover, it's a new generation, and exactly where you need to be. Alma drove home for the summer from a secret that she left behind. There was high drama out on the desert, and the rivers unsettled her mind. What she needs is the peace and the stillness, the slow breath of tides on the beach, the smell of her mother's warm blankets, and all she requires within reach. Life on the Sound is a long recitation, a fog on the shoreline and rain in rotation. It's a dewy-eyed lover, it's a good explanation of exactly where you need to be. Was a gooey duck miner. He could fill 7 buckets a day, and his chowder was the talk of the island back before all the fish moved away. Now he sits on his rock in the twilight, and he smiles as the memories float by. Now the mainland has swallowed the sunset, making way for this flickering sky. Life on the Sound is a long recitation, a fog on the shoreline and rain in rotation. It's a dewy-eyed lover, it's a standing ovation, and exactly where you need to be. Life on the Sound is a long recitation, a fog on the shoreline and rain in rotation. It's a dewy-eyed lover, it's a standing ovation, and exactly where you need to be. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Let me unmute you, Jim. Boom.
Oh, come on, man. I've been talking this whole time.
You've been
trying to interrupt you, and you wouldn't even let me. What the hell's the matter with you? That's
sorry.
a cool song, Bill. Is that new? Is that a new song?
It is a new song, yes.
That's very cool.
A recent
Gooey
song.
Duck Miner. That's very...
Gooey Duck Miner, yes.
Very cool.
Based on real people.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're doing all right there, Jim?
So, yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm going to ask you what your plan of time frames and all that kind of stuff. And I get caught up sometimes watching my over in the screen,
delay.
I move and then the screen moves.
The delay.
Yeah, it's weird. But
it's delay.
But I won't. Your guitar, by the way, sounds. It's got that digital hollow thing going on to where I am over here. So everybody probably hears something different. If Diane hears it good downstairs, if Katie hears it good, I don't know. But from where I am, it's got this, I don't know.
Okay. All right, well, I'll check that out while you're playing.
What's your plan, Bill?
My plan is to go till 9 o'clock, Jim.
Okay.
With a
9?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Is that okay with you?
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's totally fine. I can relax then.
Yeah.
Katie asked me how long. I said an hour. She says, that's not long enough. I said,
right.
Yeah, but there's nothing I can do because Bill's running the show. So now I can stretch out. Well, that was a Seattle song or a Seattle area song. This is a San Francisco song or a San Francisco area song. I was born down there, raised down there, spent my days down there, and I go down there from time to time. And one of the best times to go to San Francisco is in July. That's when the fog comes in. Now, San Francisco people that love the sun and only the sun will tell you, don't come down in July, man. There's too much fog. But I love that fog. Oh, the fog comes in like a cleaning machine. It makes the tree limbs glisten and the sidewalk gleam. Browns and the reds and the sometimes green, keeping it clean. Well, now San Francisco is big and wide, with deep salt water on either side, and whatever might be swimming around inside that don't get seen, keeping it clean. Now my cross-street neighbor, he's a-washing his car with a bucket of suds and a little cigar. You know, the road dirt never really gets that far, 'cause he's keeping it clean. Now my ride is a dusty old rattling thing with rubber wheels and a porch swing. But it'll carry anything that life can bring. So I'm keeping it clean, yes I am, keeping it clean. Now it's a pretty good street on an inclined plane, with the sunlight streaking through the window pane. Black crows flying against the grain, see the wings careen. And there's so many tangling hanging wires, and whatever they're in transpires. Conversations, rubber tires, way back machine, keeping it clean. Now my down street neighbor, she's a walking her dog. Through the snuffling fire. Oh, come on now. You know what I'm talking about when you're a dog. Sometimes you can't finish your sentences. Goes like this. Now my down street neighbor, she's a walking her dog. Through the canine wilds of the snuffling fog. The snout and the gristle and the bump on a log. It's an animal's dream. And the letter carrier, the sack of mail. And the street sweeper on it without fail. You get a parking ticket that'll trim your sails. But making you scream, but you're watching your language. You're keeping it clean. Now I play guitar when it suits me to. It's easy enough, you could do it too. Whatever old way you want to. You know what I mean? No, I'm leaving in the morning if the road don't blow. But I'll be back in the spring to watch it grow. I don't want to be the one to have to say I told you so. So keep it clean. Keeping it clean. Yeah, here we go.
I like that.
Damn
tune.
right, those are all real people. I like that tune too, and I have intentionally kept it from becoming too predictable as far as chord changes and stuff, because I want it to have that kind of whimsical, it changes when it feels like thing, if you know what I mean.
It's got a walking around kind of feel to it.
Yeah, it's got a walking around kind of feel. They're all real people too. The guy across the street washing his car, the lady down the street with the dog, the postman. The fact that they will give you a ticket if you don't move your car out of the way on cleaning the street day, and people do, and the whole 9 yards.
And it's San Francisco.
It's a really great part of town. It's a great part of town. Yeah.
What part of town is it?
You've been there. You were there. I think you were there. I'm not sure. It's I don't remember what it's called, but it's just across Juniper Serra from San Francisco State. So it's a working class neighborhood on a hill, and you can see the ocean. The ocean's about 2 miles away. You can see it. Watch the sun go down. I sit there in the window, and that's where I wrote that song, watching the street go by and watching the sun go down, and just kind of like playing chords and putting words to the chords, and pretty soon all the characters were there,
Cool.
All the telephone wires, there's a million of them, man, and the crows come out and roost on them and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's great. Yeah.
So that's a pretty recent song, though, isn't it?
Oh, it's a couple of years old.
Yeah, but I mean, relatively speaking, is it going to be
in Grand Canyon time? Yeah.
Is it going to be on the new record?
I don't think so. There's too many songs. I have too many songs. It's a problem I've got.
What a bummer. See, I wish I had that problem. Yeah. Okay.
Well, they're not all. People don't say that about all these songs that there are too many of. So don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I got one here. I'm gonna mute you. Okay.
Cool. I'll wait. Yep.
Jim. It's a pleasure to share the whatever kind of stage this is with Jim. We've shared stages for a number of years, going back to the mid-'80s. That's right. I was a fan of Jim's for 10 years before I knew him, and I have been listening to Jim Page since I was a junior in high school. So he goes back a ways in my life, and then about 10 years after my junior year in high school is when I met him. was actually Boxing Day 1985. Was the first time I spent any quality time with Jim Page. He called me up on the telephone on Boxing Day, the day after Christmas, 1985. Said, "Hey, Bill, I heard you got one of those 4-track cassette recorder things, those Tascam things." I said, "Yeah, I got one." He said, "Well, I got a couple of friends over here staying with me, and we're trying to work up a demo so we can get some gigs around town. Would you want to come over and record us for a while?" I was like, "Sure, Mr. Page." And so, I went over there with my 2 microphones. I think they had one other microphone there, so I had 3 microphones to record 3 musicians, 4 inputs into the... And the 2 other players, by the way, his 2 buddies were Orville Johnson and Tommy Hayes. And we recorded 9 songs that day. And I had to go home and mix them and then present them. I brought my wire reverb unit with me, too. I had a wire reverb unit where if you hit it, it would go... It was very old school. Anyway, this is a song I wanted to play. It's called "How Deep Is Your Well?" And we got Mr. Temporary here. Mr. Temporary, a fine instrument, not plugged in. Sounds good today, though. How deep is your well? What's the output? 8 gallons a minute won't quench a thirsty crop. You gotta dig deep around here. You gotta be resourceful. It's dawn to dark or nothing. Can't afford to stop. How deep is your well? Has it been tested? Guy that used to live here got the parasites. He used to call me, doubled up and cramping. I used to drive him beneath the starry nights. How deep is your well? Does it run all year? Lots of holes round here go dry in the summertime. Got so hot last August, shriveled the onions. Raspberries dried up on the vine. How deep is your well? Do you have a hand pump? You know the government's gonna shut the power down. And those computers, man, they're good for nothing. It's gonna take strong backs if we're gonna save this town. How deep is your well? Look at Mr. Johnson's. 250 feet, hasn't found the stream. You got to squeeze this earth like it's a damp sponge. You got to pay the auger man till your pockets bleed. How deep is your well? What's the output? 8 gallons a minute won't quench a thirsty crop. You gotta dig deep around here. You gotta be resourceful. It's dawn to dark or nothing. Can't afford to stop. Can't afford to stop. Yes, sir.
I love that song, Bill.
Thank you, sir.
Parasite Rhapsody is how I think of it as. Is that okay?
Parasite Rhapsody?
Yeah, is that all right?
Rhapsody for Parasites.
No, I really do like that song, and it made me think of this, and this is a different take on some of the same stuff you got in there. I know the song, different take. When you were lost and lonely, and the maps were all wrong, and every place you tried to be was where you did not belong. You stumbled onto something that would ease your worried mind. Come in, they said. You're just in time for the rabbit hole, the tumbling tunnel of the rabbit hole. Crouching spiders funnel, it's an easy way in. But good luck getting out again from the rabbit hole. They spoke a secret language that you could somehow understand. They embraced you in the fold, and then they took you by the hand. And everything made sense, like it was just supposed to be. And you left your other life behind, your friends and your family, for the rabbit hole, the tumbling tunnel of the rabbit hole. Crouching spiders funnel, it's an easy way in. Good luck getting out again from the rabbit hole. Mirror, mirror on the wall, tell me what you think you see. Is it fool's gold or a brilliant new reality? All the little voices laughing in your ear, they saw you coming, yes they did, and they'll watch you disappear down the rabbit hole, tumbling tunnel of the rabbit hole. Crouching spiders funnel, it's an easy way in. Good luck getting out again from the rabbit hole. Old friends and intimates, they gather round the table to reconstruct your memory as best as they are able. Whatever happened to what's her name? Went down the rabbit hole, and she never was the same. Oh, the rabbit hole, tumbling tunnel of the rabbit hole. Crouching spiders funnel, it's an easy way in. Good luck getting out again from the rabbit hole. Oh, the rabbit hole, tumbling tunnel of the rabbit hole. Crouching spider's funnel, it's an easy way in. Good luck getting out again from the rabbit hole.
That's a good one. That's a good one, Jim. Jeff Steve says, perfect song for these days. Yeah.
Well, it's, I mean, if you ever had anybody like start post, and some friend of yours start posting really weird off-the-wall stuff on social media, and so you do a little private contact, you say, you could get people hurt by putting that stuff up there, and all of a sudden she's saying, well, look at this, and she's leading you to QAnon sites. And
right.
It's like, oh, God. I mean, yeah, that's just one, but it makes you kind of think.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary, yeah. It can be scary.
Seems like there's more rabbit holes now than ever before. Or maybe we just didn't know as much about them. I don't know.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that stuff, because in the old days, you could go down a rabbit hole that nobody even knew existed. Little towns are all locked off. They had no communications and stuff, and, right. Whatever. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah.
I just know they're there,
Yeah, I hear you.
So,
right.
Bill, mute me.
Yes.
Mute me before I talk all night.
Mute me on the bounty. There we go. Jim. Let's see. What do we got here? How about... Counting up the casualties, the little lost pieces of me, falling through the cracks in the street. A window up at 50 feet, cutting to the front of the pack, tensing up the length of your back, heart attacks and impotence, stacked up next to dollars and cents. Get into management, work on a lunatic crew, money due, and it's simple arithmetic, trimming a lunatic tree, money seed. Meet me on the ledges of life, tapping on the teeth of the knife, holding all the anger in, locked inside a shit-eating grin. Well, maybe there's a kid on the way, you're staring at the stub of your pain. Art's whatever's marketed well, so how much of yourself will you sell? Starting to pressurize, you're so successful, my dear. Money here, and wasn't it you who said that by the end of the week, money speaks? Look to where the carpeting stops, past the politicians and cops, future-facing shadows and doubt, for what we'll have to do without. Get into management, work on a lunatic crew, money due, and it's simple arithmetic, trimming a lunatic tree, money seed. Counting up the casualties, the little lost pieces of me, falling through the cracks in the street. Sorry, I didn't really stick the ending there. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, Jim? I didn't stick the ending.
Oh my God, man, that was good.
Yeah, you like that?
That's a lunatic tree. Yeah, trimming a lunatic tree. This, for some reason, it makes sense on that, so I'm just going to do it. You can you can take away my fingers, you can break my guitar, you can tie me to a lamppost. If that's the way you are, you might think you got me when you got me over there, but you don't understand me, 'cause I'm singing everywhere. I've been singing out for centuries across the universe, every corner of the infinite, for better or worse. I've sung in every language on every kind of dare, and you can't stop me singing. I'm singing everywhere. No, you couldn't stop me then, and you can't stop me now. You can't stop me singing no matter how you try. I was singing in the caves when there were no words, in the great migrations, stories that were heard. Up there on the mountains, I was high above the birds. I was learning to throw my voice, all the better to be heard. And I was singing on the beach when the ships went out to sail outside the Bastille to get them out of jail. And I was singing when they were only bound to fail. There was no other way to get there. I was singing on this trail, and you couldn't stop me then, and you can't stop me now. No, you can't stop me singing no matter how you try. I was singing against the empire of the king and the queen, against the gods of retribution that no one had ever seen, any kind of inquisition where the justice is extreme. I sang and I kept singing until I found a better dream. And I sang against slavery, against the owners of skin, against child labor in the sweatshops that they were working in. And I sang for better wages, for the right to take a breath, to live to be an old age, and to die a natural death. And you couldn't stop me then, and you can't stop me now. No, you can't stop me singing no matter how you try. Oh, I don't sing for celebrity, or a house upon a hill, or a baggage load of unmarked $100 bills. I don't care about your ego, and I'm not inclined to feed it. I won't sing for who you want me to. I'll sing for those who need it. And you won't see me when I'm leaving. I'll be gone with the wind. But you'll hear me, yes you will, when I'm coming back again. In the voices of the undertow, the voices of the crowd, I'm a motor mouth, and I can get loud. And you can write me off because I only play guitar, and you can throw me under the bus beneath the wheels of a car, but I'll be back in your face when you least expect me there, and I'll be singing your future, and I'll be singing everywhere. And you couldn't stop me then, and you can't stop me now. Oh, you can't stop me singing no matter how you try. Yeah, you couldn't stop me then, and you can't stop me now. You can't stop me singing no matter how you try.
Man, it's great to hear you.
I don't have that one memorized. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I have to go out the paper.
It's a lot
What
of
did
words.
you say?
There's a lot of words in there.
Yeah, I know it's a lot of words.
It's good to hear you.
But it's it's like the I don't know, the great universal troubadour sort of thing. It's not me. It's like everybody. It's like a whole big line of people. It's millions of people.
Yeah, I get you.
Anyway.
Thank you.
Anyway,
that.
maybe think, because you're talking about how much of your soul will you sell and all that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
that great song of yours. And it's like, okay, let's stand up to this. Stand right up to it. And say, I'm not going to stop.
I know. And me neither.
Stand right up.
I ain't gonna stop neither. Yeah.
All right,
But
good.
I'm gonna mute you.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm just getting started.
Well, I mean, I love listening to what you have to say, but not that much.
Not that much, I know.
So what do you think of this technology, folks? I'm interested in feedback. I'm thinking that in the second half, I might just go with the split screen, and we'll just, there's less to dink around with. If I could control it all from right here, it would be fine, but I gotta do a lot of leaning in, and you know how I love to lean in. It's just not one of my favorite things. I don't think it's a good look for me. And then we can always go with this, yeah. You get a lot of that going on in this era of Zoom calls and advanced technologies. AV men hanging out in the wings going, look at the guy! Look at him! Yeah. Had a great conversation with my son the other day. He's back up in the Methow Valley. Loving life, living large. This is a song from back when things were a little more rocky. Just a stage we were passing through. This is called Father's Day. Where is the sun? I've been searching all day. Down an intricate network of roads where he's likely to stray, where it's spoken in eyes and printed in skin. The infinite network of cells that connects me to him. Where is the sun? Where is the sun? Where is the sun? Where is the sun? Is he driving away? With a claw at the tip of his tongue, so there's nothing to say. With a heart full of hands that are aching for touch, and a head full of innocent fears about feeling too much. Where is the sun? Where is the sun? Where is the sun? Where is the sun? I guess everyone knows the pull between a man and a boy, how it swells as he grows, and the pivotal scene, they let go of the rope. All the words and the plans are released, leaving only the hope. Where is the sun? Where is the sun? Where is the sun? Where is the sun? He's still living in me, with pages of unanswered questions he no longer sees. So he passes them on without thinking of cost, in the hope that the echoes of blood will replace what is lost. Where is the sun? Where is the sun? Here is the sun. Where is the sun? Where is the sun? Here is the sun. Here is the sun.
I don't think I could follow that thing with anything. So let me just kind of sit here and let that dissipate for a little bit.
I got an idea, Jim.
Yeah?
Jim.
Yeah?
I think if it's okay with you.
Just a second. Let me just grok the concept of you having an idea. I don't know if I've run across that before. Is this the first time you've had an idea?
This could be the first time in our acquaintance.
I've never had an idea.
But I hang out with other people, and then
Well, okay.
There have been ideas, I think, in other venues. But what I was thinking of,
people have had ideas. I know that for sure.
Yeah, that's true. I was thinking this since we're about halfway through the show now. This is about the time we usually do the poetry break, and yeah. Is that okay?
All right. Yeah.
Now, I should say that tonight's poetry break. Now, you remember way back at the beginning of the Treehouse concert, ladies and gentlemen, I introduced you to Ted Kooser and Jim Harrison, a book of theirs called Braided Creek, which is them writing poems back and forth to each other, little short things or sometimes longer things, back and forth, kind of alternating. And I gave a copy of that book to my friend Jim Page because he's been
Where he was here earlier.
Who was? Jim Page?
Jim Page.
Yeah,
that's weird.
Yeah, I think you've heard of him. I think you've seen him before. Anyway, and so one day in my email, and this was in November of last year, about a year ago from now, it was actually November 17th, 2019, when I got the first email from Jim with a little poem in it. And I thought, I see what he's doing. So we started writing these little things back and forth, Jim and I. And we've been doing it not super regular, but we did it pretty regular for a while. And then we got a little more spotty, and we'll have bursts of regularity, kind of like people our age have, and bursts of irregularity, which is kind of like what people our age sometimes have. So now I have compiled the first batch of these, starting from the beginning, and we're just going to read some, and we're just going to go back and forth. And Jim, if you have anything to say about any of the ones that you're going to read of yours, you can go ahead and say it. And but if you just want to read them, that's fine. And we'll just alternate back and forth, except in the places where Jim wrote more than one in a row, which is, Jim is, as he was saying earlier, he's got more songs than me. He's got more poems than me, all that kind of stuff, which keeps me in the junior position that I'm most comfortable in, because then I can be, I can be the runner-up in the great poematorium of life. Are you ready, sir? I know you stopped listening to me about 10 or 15 minutes ago, but I thought anytime you want to leap in, let's go.
But you don't want me to go first, do you?
Yeah, well, yours is the first one.
Oh, should I go over there with that one? Okay. Let me go to the first one.
Yeah, weren't we going to read them?
This was in response because you gave me that book, and I started reading it, how it went back and forth, and I thought you were telling me something. Okay? So...
Oh, you thought I was suggesting this?
Perhaps. I said, I just wrote a few lines, 5 lines. That book you gave me. The pages are heavy and slow to turn. Windows are always bigger on the outside.
And then I said, friendship bends into rock crevices. It takes time, like the roots of trees. It finds a way.
Yeah, this is cool. And then I said, on the way to, and this is true, on the way to Lake Tahoe, there were granite mountain faces where tightly knotted trees grew intently from fissured cracks. How did they do that anyway?
And then
some are better than others. I mean, you have to admit.
Right. I definitely admit that some are better than others, yes. So I said, trees make wood out of sunlight, air, and a little water. They don't know how they do it either. John Prine says, I don't really write the song. I'm just the first one who hears it.
And I thought about that. And I just said, life, let's do it for a while and see what happens.
And then I said, we could turn towards each other. Community. Music in the body. A better way to see it.
And I think maybe a day went by, or maybe I had a little extra time sitting there by the window, looking outside, and it was raining, something like that. So I said, to get past these waters, we may need help. Love is a way of handling things. I stepped on a nail when I was a kid. Felt like it went all the way up to my ankle. Brand new galvanized nail, a 2x4, clean as a whistle. Lucky me. I pulled up my foot. Schlop. I always loved that sound. And that's true.
You love that sound?
No, I mean, it's true that happened to me.
That you stepped on a nail? Okay. Well, this one's
I
true,
actually
too.
don't remember it making a sound, but if it did, it would have made a sound like that.
Yeah, it would have. So then I said, and this is true also, I remember the sound of my front teeth biting pavement as my stingray fell outside the Hoover's house a week before the start of 6th grade, dancing on my bike to a Beatles song. Right thumbnail torn clean off, the look on Dad's face, Mom taking charge, gravel in my lip and gums. I chewed it for a year.
Isn't that good? I had to leave. I had to leave town myself at a certain age. I just had to. So this is about that. And it kind of fed off of, because I took spills in the gravel and blah, blah, blah. But then I had to leave town. So he knew he couldn't stay where he was. He had to go somewhere where it wasn't like what it was here. Here there were monsters. So we went. He took a trip to the farthest end of the map. He started out on a grassy on-ramp and wound up on a sooted rooftop where it was colder than he'd ever been. But the monsters were different. Like I say, some are, Should we skip around? Should we read these in order? These people will be here all night.
No, we're not going to read all of them. I just thought we'd read part way in.
Oh, they're cool, man. I like it. I haven't done this before.
They make more sense in order, but not always. But if we skip around and we're just reading some of our personal favorites, it won't have the flow. Anyway, after you wrote that, I wrote this. All the tricky, emotional maneuvers grow old with us. There's no getting over yourself. The mirror will find you.
It's true. Yeah. So I said, I stand outside the home, sweet home, translucently reflected. See the street behind me, through me too. Maybe I'll go that way.
And then I said, head stew, bricks and boards held up, everything he knew. He's confused. His brain swims freestyle, several lengths, and walking feels woven into fir tree shapes, and his pet crow on the uppermost branch keeps repeating the chorus of that Dead song about Kesey's t-shirt.
And I have no idea why I said this, but I did. Okay, make fun of my shoes. I can walk from here to Schenectady, and I don't even have to.
Now, Jim, I think you wrote the next one too, and I'm sorry that I coded it as one of mine, but I think that's yours, that next one.
No, this isn't mine.
Are you sure?
My style. Yeah.
Okay, I guess it was mine then. I went like this. I went calm dark, worn shoes, few stars, old moon, adolescent trees. You're wrecked up against something, and the hallucination's on. It's selling erections with a side of death when the truth dawns. A shattering of concepts and life plans, ideas for 50 songs caught up in a change so subtle and pervasive, endless to describe, affecting the interpretations of each passing moment. A shade drawn, window dark, little hammers of rain. You can roll it up if you want to see tomorrow, but you'll still be a stranger, begging for directions, and the people will treat you like a dead battery.
Yeah, I like that dead battery line. I really like that, so I fed off of that. Yes, I did. I fed off of that, and I wrote, he felt like he needed a recharge, so he went to where it worked last time. That little pocket of slumber and savage, the bunker. It was risky to measure the dose, so many cliffs to fall off of. She was incomprehensible, and he loved her for it, the kind of mad attraction that danger provides. He plugged himself into her outlets, expecting visions. He didn't know he would go blind.
Then I said, all the dog walkers were out with their training regimens, while you staggered, trying not to slip into a dream. Skeletons of apartment blocks, construction dumpsters, temporary power poles, porta-potties with rounded corners as if following fashion, a self-serve buffet of waste. There's always a couple of dark days after some really good ones. Aches and pains and slow-running drains are just witnesses. You hover over the painful parts and make notes to tell your doctor. Better health is a lot of work, but you like how it makes you pay attention, even to the dreams you almost slip into.
I don't know what this is. It has to do with those dreams and better health. I walk to, and I made this up, but it was. Oh, I know what it is. There's a place. There's always a place where people throw their coins in, into a creek or something. You're walking through a park somewhere, and there's always a place with a bunch of coins in it.
Yeah.
I walked to Coin Toss Pond, where the sun begins its tug of war with last night. Heads or tails? The water like glass, not a hint of what's to come. Remember, a lot of this stuff was getting into... When were we doing? What are the dates on some of these? We're getting up to COVID time.
Well, we're still in 2019, Jim, because I've got a marker where we hit.
Okay.
And you write this amazing New Year's poem that's a couple of pages on that I'm hoping we'll get to. Okay. So then I think there was a break here because the next one I wrote was about the Ancient Victories open mic, and so it wasn't it wasn't connected to the poem before necessarily, but it goes like this: driving down into history tonight, the ancients open mic, while wild birds of death are perched in nearby trees. The singing, like always, only better, because we've lived this deep into a decades-wide palette of colors and cries. We open outward, widening the flower, because flowers are such new things. The stars will be obscured by December rain, and the ache of a family's trouble will be on stage. It can't be otherwise. If wisdom is to be trusted, the open book of meanings we memorize as we go. So that was December.
Okay.
Yeah, December 2019.
I walk. My feet hurt. I think. My head hurts. I love. My heart hurts. I die. I feel no pain. I mean, that could be a Hallmark card.
Yeah. It could be. It could be. It would be probably on one of the lower shelves somewhere. Anyway. Careful how you stretch, old man. Tweaked is easier to reach, harder to teach. Gotta dump the toxins from your yoga flow. Even geezers can grow. They just gotta go slow and accept what little they know.
The thing is, it's the same sun. So why does the light seem older? Is that a trick of the trickster? So many years behind, so much unknown out front. They said, think for yourself. So I made my own paper. I carved a pen from the bone of a roadkill. But damn it if that roadkill hadn't been hit by an SUV. So now what? They said, be true to yourself. But I wasn't watching, so how would I know? They said to be unique. They said to read the great books. But great is a moving target, and so was I. So I wrote this.
And then I said, the yellowing of paper proves you won't die young. Your father's pages are brown like earth. Your skin slides down the photograph.
And I said, it's too late to die young. We've been through all that. Dracula was 400 years old, but he had to make some adjustments to do it. Methuselah lived to be 800, give or take. Randy Detherius died at 14,367, 2 days, 4 hours, 16 minutes, and 37 seconds. Nobody even heard of him. I will be happy with some time between then and now.
Yes, sir. I want blindness, voice in a dead room. Where the light switch was, a rectangle of velvet. Windows wide open, air full of music. Breeze of summer trees, scent of pollen like a novel. I want blindness I can read with my tongue.
Yes, blindness you can read with your tongue. So, I want to see everything as everything is, and as it becomes to be. Doorways to windows, ashes to something else. There are no nouns, only verbs. The shades will fall soon enough. I want light, noise. I want to live in a carnival. That's more like it, they said. We've been watching you, and we think, with cautious optimism, that you, or somebody very like you, can become you with a little work. I was handed a hammer. You know what to do, they said. I didn't, but I went ahead anyway.
I love that one.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Yeah. Circus tent of a body. Long drive in rain. Parking lot of pain where my ankles went. Supplement my bones for all the bright sunrises. Fill up with surprise and go. Cheryl's got a crush on you. There must be some mistake. That was the tequila talking. Elixir of clarity is what she called it. Pour another cup of bone broth. Light another window and wait. She'll come in after dark. She'll be very wet. You'll be the one with the towels, the broth, and the roaring fire. I'll be at my place, wishing I was you.
And that, of course, led to this. The virgin at the corner table said, to no one in particular, holy my ass, I was drunk. If it's a boy, maybe I'll keep him, or I'll kick her to the curb like everyone else does.
Yeah. Still raining, wetting down all the bad ideas of winter before it freezes again. January brings the false spring that tells us we are foolish things and had better watch our sprawl. Worse angels are circling to tempt us out the stupid door to a world of warm abstraction. How certain we can be about everything for a minute before crashing into glass.
It's always raining somewhere. He sits on the ledge, one leg dangling. This is unbearable. God, you are an asshole. And as he slides himself into the great wide empty, an enormous hand made of calendar pages, get-well cards, cups itself palm upwards into the path of his fall. Surprise! And he is let to lie gently on padded grass, where laughter scents the breeze. He sighs, and someone says, "Cut!" New Year's Day and New Year's Eve. The New Year comes so it can leave. And by the time the New Year's gone, everybody's singing another song. New Year's evening, New Year's morn. The wind comes up, the windows torn. The doors are broke, the yard's a mess. It was a good New Year's Eve, I guess. New Year's weekly, New Year's month. I spent a lot of time there once, counting Crow's Christmas lines. New Year's is a friend of mine. Lost in tangled convolutions, ferocious New Year's resolutions, outside the robot contributions by Putin and those lousy Russians. New Year's evening, New Year's night. One of these days we'll get it right, and we'll keep trying until we score. That's what this New Year's stuff is for. That's not the one you liked, is it?
Yes.
Oh, God. There's no accounting for taste.
I know. I know. But sometimes, you get a little rhyme and rhythm going, and you just let it go. Because, you have to understand, folks, these are not revised at all. These were just, mostly just typed into an email and sent without really thinking about it, which was kind of the idea, I think.
You said, folks, you're assuming that people are still listening to this.
That's true. That's true. I am assuming that we still have
Is there anybody out there?
Hello? 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 Can anybody hear? Okay. Because you want to make a difference, like a motivational poster hanging in some government office, salute like your dad did, and his. Testify to the Truth Commission that everything's fat in the land. None of your missiles are misaimed. All goes according to orders. The changes are logged unforgettable, like the old man remembering what day it is. He fades over a year or more to a dry husk, hungry for breath.
Mm-hmm.
Just a couple of more here, Jim. We got to get to the
right.
We got to get to the one line that I love.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've been gone for a while, away in my own dark hollow. I was looking for purpose, no such luck. So I shivered in silver, a one single stranger awash in the light of the moon.
You see, and now we're at New Year's, 2020.
Right.
Betrayal of the body by time. The real western wind. Bolted to the forehead. 1,000 critical mirrors.
I know about those critical mirrors. Sometimes I just stare into space, like the left passenger of a gone train.
There you go. I think that's the stopping point. We had to get to the left passenger of a gone train. Because I love that line.
Well, I meant to say the left-hand passenger, but my finger slipped. I made that up. I made that up just now.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you, sir, for being willing to share
that was fun, man. I don't know if anybody else paid attention to it, but
we shall see. We shall see.
That was fun. That was very interesting. I sent you a couple more today.
Yeah, I sent you one yesterday, and you sent me two. This is how it is, people.
Well, they're
trying to deal
short.
with this guy. Yeah, whatever. Mine was short too. Take it away, Jim.
I don't know if this makes sense or not. I'm going to sing it anyway. I didn't know my dad. Oh, boy. I didn't know my dad could sing. I never heard a note. He was an engineer with a slide rule and a shop coat. Poetry was not his nature, nor whimsy his forte. I didn't know that he could sing until I heard him sing one day. He was 91 years old, and we were shooting the breeze about the days when people listened to different melodies. And there was one in particular. His see, he said it had a certain kind of swing. He sat up a little straighter, and he began to sing. And his voice surprised me so true and clear. It was a song I never heard before, from out of yesteryear. Before I was even born, when he was just a kid. And I didn't know he could sing until one day he did. Oh, the scenes when I was younger, when I was learning my guitar. You can't do that in here, he said. Who do you think you are? Slam the door, hit the road, and I'm gone again. And that's the way it was back then. And now he's gone into that great forever, where all of us will go, beyond the walls and bridges of the goodbye hello, and the songs of my own, and the ways of what I do. I think I understand them a little better, so this one's for you. And there was Lily Marley and a bicycle built for two, and they moved on down to the orchard town, and they raised a family too. And sometimes they sang out loud when there was no one else around. It was the great wide world, and it just kept turning around. It was a great wide world, and it just kept turning around. Something like that.
That feels brand new.
Yeah, it is brand new. It's not. I don't even think it's done yet. I don't know. I'm messing around with it, trying to make. I just caught my. There it is.
What'd you do?
I caught myself in the strands of my own neglect. I'm in a room cluttered with the strands of my own neglect.
I see. Is this the
I caught my Bluetooth. My Bluetooth. Yeah, this is the Bobcat Den. Yeah,
Bobcat Den.
This is. When it gets dark outside and cold and rainy, it goes back into Bobcat Den.
Yeah.
During the summertime there, when it was dry and hot, I was doing a lot of stuff outside.
Right.
And that's really fun to do.
People who don't know ought to know that Jim does regular live streams on his Facebook page.
They are irregular. I prefer to do them without anything but maybe like a notice the day before.
I see.
Because that way it's more, I don't know, like a surprise. I don't know. I like it.
See. Now this might be one of the ways that you and I are different, that we complement each other. Because I crave the regularity of Tuesday nights at 7:00. See, for me that creates a like an emotional pattern to my entire week that I can kind of be building towards Tuesday, so that by the time it's like 4:00 in the afternoon on Tuesday, you can ask Diane, I'm pretty much a wreck. But not because I'm nervous or afraid, but because I just want to play. I just want to get it. It's time. It's almost time. It's like almost waiting for Christmas morning or something.
Right.
People
that's cool.
Yeah. People don't understand.
I learned about myself a long time ago that, like, if I have to do 2 nights in the same place, the second night is terrible.
No.
Because I already played here. It's like I played here last night. Yeah, I did this already.
Yeah.
It's like whatever. So.
Yeah. I hear you. All right. I'm gonna do one.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please do.
Mute the doot. Mute the doot. Mute the doot 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 doot. Well, Jim was singing about his dad. Let's see if I can pull this one off. We see the generation. Oops, I forgot to mute you, Jim. Sorry. The thing about this, Jim, and I need to think about this. I need to figure out whether I can make this window bigger. No, I can't. See, the mute button is so small that I missed you. So I'm muting you now.
Mm-mm.
I'm sorry.
It's nice to be missed.
It's true. It's true. I did miss you a lot, Jim. I did, but not that much. Sorry. Sorry about that. Sorry, folks. We see the generations come and go. We praise the sunlight and we grieve the snow. There's even sadness in the afterglow. So why am I such a happy man? We had to let you go late that night. I sang my songs for a dying light. Your hands grew colder as we held on tight. So why am I such a happy man? Makes me question my sanity, but I can't ignore the poetry. It would be like denying gravity, not to see what's been given me, not to see you alive in me. Little girl is nearly 9 months old. You only knew her for a month or so. I hate the fact that she'll never know how you were such a happy man. So now I find you when there's no one there. The sun inside of me is still so scared, and all my questions enter empty air. So why am I such a happy man? It makes me question my sanity, but I can't ignore the poetry. It would be like denying gravity, not to see what's been given me, not to see you alive in me. Wow. Little rough there, Jim. Little rough.
That's all right. That's one of Katie's favorite songs.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Why isn't this working now?
This is, sorry?
Nothing. I'm trying
What's working?
Trying to get the button to work. There, the button worked that time.
Here we go. Okay, I've got 2 capos on for this song because of the sound it allows me to get. Most people don't even notice it. If I die in my sleep while dreaming of you, would I fall in the water and swim? Would the sky be unlikely to fly me away, or open to welcome me in? And if I call your name as I fall into nothing, would it sound like a watery bell? And if I disappear in a whisper, would anybody know where I fell? These are questions I ask as days go by. I see old friends disappear. Some people say that they know where we go, but I don't think it's all that clear. There are canyons of laughter, oceans of tears, wherever you hang your hat. Serious questions for serious people, but I don't want to live like that. So I fill my glass full of good clear water and I drink to the ways of the world. I came in stumbling and so I will go out to where the future unfurls. And if anyone asks, if anyone calls for where I do repair, tell them that the wind has come and gone. They can find me out there somewhere. And if I die in my sleep while dreaming of you, would I dive in the river and swim? Would the sky be unlikely to fly me away? Or happy to see me again? And if I call your name as I fall into nothing, would it sound like a faraway bell? Would anybody know where I fell?
That's a good tune, man.
That was a little rough as well. We've gotten into the rough spots, Bill.
Have we? Have we gotten into the...
We have gotten to the rough spots.
Replace all divots, as they say. Kind of a washboardy kind of road. Gets that way this time
kind
of
of a
year.
road, yeah.
Washboardy kind of road, yeah.
I already know what song I'm going to do next. So I'm just going to sit here.
You already know?
Yeah.
I don't even know what song I'm going to do right now.
Well, play it and find out.
Okay. All right. That's what I'll do. Let's see. Actually, I do know. This is called Candlelight. Did I mute Jim? No, I didn't mute Jim. I keep hitting that button and it don't mute. Wish I could make that button bigger. They got to make
controlling it from here.
They got to make a senior citizen version of this, so that with all the everything is big, all the buttons are bigger. Oh well. There, I got it that time. In Open Arms, Nebraska, there's a little plywood shack with a river running down the wall from a ceiling crack. We used to stop there, going out or coming back, and we carved our initials in its history. Let me describe it, let me get it right.
make shadows in the corners out of candlelight. I am so restless, and it's so quiet here tonight. Let me build a fire out of my memories. In Open Arms, Nebraska, lived a displaced city girl. She was East Coast, she was West Coast, she was out of this world. She was a dancer, and I loved to watch her twirl. And why we ever left is still a mystery. Let me describe her, let me get it right. Throw shadows on her curves made of candlelight. I'm so restless, and it's so quiet here tonight. Let me build a fire out of my memories. In Open Arms, Nebraska, there's a big old battered book containing all our stories and the times they took. You can see us there if you stop and take a look, though where we all are now is lost to history. Let me inscribe it, let me get it right. Illuminate the pages with candlelight. I'm so restless, and it's so quiet here tonight. Let me build a fire out of my memories. Let me inscribe it, let me get it right. Illuminate the pages with candlelight. I'm so restless, and it's so quiet here tonight. Let me build a fire out of my memories. Let me write the book of all my memories. Let me build a fire out of my memories.
Yeah, good one, Bill. Good one.
Thank you, sir. Oops.
Are we back?
We're
Why
back.
am I on I don't like being on that
I know,
side.
I know. I'm sorry.
Because the refrigerator isn't where I
It's
expect
those
it to
little
be.
tiny
There we go.
buttons. There's little tiny buttons. Get it.
Okay, so I changed my mind. Listening
Oh.
to what you did, I changed my mind. I'm going to do this song instead. But it's about the same length of the one I was going to do. So it goes like this. True story. Way down where I was born and raised, where I spent my younger days, there were roads to travel by, to take us to the long goodbye. Oh, I left home when I was 17, lost and lonely, seldom seen, and I put out my thumb and headed east, searching for the great release. And so along, come and go along, so along, come and go. Oh, I landed into a dirty town, penniless and broken down, and I slept on rooftops, scavenged meals, and dodged the dirty driving wheels. And I met some fine and friendly folk, and some who'd kill you for a joke. And I put myself out there to find how would my tangled self unwind. And so along, come and go along, so along, come and go. One morning early, hot and dry, some switchblade strangers passing by directly pointed in my face, freezing all the world in place. And that was when I made my sense. I carried it with me ever since, that I would not be turned around from this or any other town. And so along, come and go along, so along, come and go. And so, my friend, now you know, no defeat nor mortal blow, just follow where the road will lead to another dream to feed. And pick your battles well and good. Remember where it was you stood. You have your stories, I have mine, and that's the way the world unwinds. And so along, come and go along, so along, come and go.
Yes,
Made
sir.
a mess of that one.
You did?
Oh, well. Yeah.
I didn't hear no mess. Sounded great. Diane really likes that
Anyway.
tune. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Diane.
Yeah. I mean, I like it too. I didn't mean to infer, but yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna try one. This I might mess this one up. Let's see how it goes, though, shall we? Let's see it. Let's try. Mm-hmm. It's a nice night for experimenting, huh? I missed that button again, Jim. I missed that mute button. Sorry, bro. I'm sitting right on top of it going, boom. There it goes. Funky. I got to make those buttons bigger. What I need is a wall-sized screen to work with this thing.
Rain has soaked the cedar trees as winter lingers, evil leaking weeks. Maybe you can rescue me, this tendency, its cutting teeth are reaching. Promise me a shoulder and a shove, the layers of a love. Ground beneath my feet is made out of the layers of a love. November I was desperate with isolation weighing on my brace. Dressing my emergencies, the bleaker it became, the more I ached. What the silent nights remind me of, the layers of a love. Weary eyes that have to rise above, the layers of a love. Easter week with weaker reason comes on with a tickle and a tease. Faith or hope or television tugging at my cups, saying please. More of what I can't be worthy of, the layers of a love. A shoulder and a shove, the layers of a love.
Yes, sir.
I haven't heard that one in a long time, man. That's good.
That's an oldie. That's an oldie.
Yeah, that's been a while.
Yeah.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, we have time for one more each.
Okay,
Or
but I
maybe
wanted
one more period. I don't know.
I wanted to end with you. Have you got two more?
I've got 9 more, but
Yeah.
okay.
So I wanted to. Can
Whatever
you
you want.
Can you
Okay.
do two more? Because you do one, then I'll do one, then we'll finish with you.
Okay, cool. I want to do this one now.
All right, cool.
I told you didn't have anything to say, and you almost believed it, but you spoke out anyway. And when you were old enough to leave them, you went out on the drift, and you found out soon enough that the ties they bound you with were pretty flimsy stuff. And everybody has a story you might not think you do. Find someone to tell it to, and it will come alive. They thought you were for sale, like everybody else was, but you slipped right through their fingers, like the wind does. Searching for a way out beyond the standard maps, and finally when you found it, the whole world began to crack. And everybody has a story you might not think you do. Find someone to tell it to, it will come alive. you didn't think you had it in you. You thought you were alone, but out among the multitudes, your confidence has grown. Now your voice is like a beacon, calling to the ears of those who care to listen through their sorrow and their tears. And everybody has a story you might not think you do. Find someone to tell it to, and it will come alive. Because someone holds the reins of the regimental horse, and someone leads the lucky ones out along the concourse. It's within their best interests to keep you weak and small. Your voice is their nemesis, and your story is their downfall. And everybody has a story you might not think you do. Find someone to tell it to, and it will come alive. Yes, everybody has a story you might not think you do. Find someone to tell it to, and it will come alive. Yes, it will.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sounded great. Sounded good.
And we haven't frozen yet. That's cool.
I know. It's a trip.
This thing just keeps going. I mean, it's a couple of times when you were playing, it kind of started to.
Yeah.
The weird thing is, it starts to, and then it catches up.
I know.
So you're going slow, and then to catch up, you're going fast. It's weird. It's almost like reel-to-reel tape, but there's no.
It is, because it goes kind of slow, and then it catches up. It winds up all the slack or something. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. I can't explain it, Jim. I didn't invent the internet. Did you?
No.
You weren't there on the ground floor? All right. Okay. Well, I'm going to finish off my portion of the broadcast tonight with a song that's got Jim in it. Oh, wait. Look who's back. I thought you'd gone to sleep hours ago. Thank you. Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, Jeff Steve had a request for Jim that he play You Can't Make It Go Away. We'll speak of that after this song. So this song has Jim in it. This was started in the passenger seat of Jim's van as we were driving south. I think we were driving from Corvallis to Ashland, but I can't swear to it. We might have been driving from Eugene to Corvallis. We might have been going to Deadwood. We might have been going to Yahats. We might have been going to Reading. I don't know. We were going somewhere. So the first verse and the idea for it came in the passenger seat of Jim's van. And then I finished it at my sister's dining room table in Puyallup. And then my dad decided to show up while I was working on the third verse. So he had to. Dad makes a guest appearance in a kind of ghostly form, in the third verse, but Jim is there throughout because I kind of credit Jim with inspiring this song in some way. So it's called Safe in the Sound. Safe in the sound, I'm writing this down while Jim takes a turn at the wheel, scanning the trees that fly by me for whatever they choose to reveal. And I have no explanation as the car wheels into the town. It's a newfound field of sensation to arrive here safe in the sound. Safe in the sound, I look to the crown at the top of a stairway of hills. Under those stars I'll tune my guitars as the voices inside grow still. And soon I'll be sharing my moments as friends rise out of the ground, passing out mirrors and tokens in this place where I'm safe in the sound. Safe in the sound, I feel you smile down from your house out in back of the blue. And maybe I'm through now crying for you as if only your body were true. And tears still rise to the surface when your voice echoes back around. But it comes with a tune and a purpose now that I'm safe in the sound. Safe in the sound, I'm writing this down like a page from a mystery play, scanning the trees that fly by me as the sun glozes down on the day. And I have no explanation as the car wheels back into town. It's a newfound field of sensation to come home safe in the sound. No. Trying to get there. I'm trying to
Corvallis comes to mind.
Yeah.
We played that bookstore.
Right.
We each bought something. I remember buying a book and you bought a book. And it was, for some reason, you started it on the way to Corvallis or the way out. I think on the way to, but I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. I
I
believe you. What was the name of that bookstore? Can't remember the name of that bookstore.
God, you're asking me that. I have no
Sorry.
idea. I would have to look through old calendars if I even have a calendar that has that in it, if I even have one that old. I don't know.
Okay.
I'll dig around.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Well, hey, it's been great. Thanks for asking me to do this.
Man, it was
really
my pleasure. Believe me.
This should go on for another hour. It could be 3 hours long. I mean,
I know.
I mean, I'm just getting warmed up.
We'll have to do it again.
Yes, we will. And we'll have more poems to read by then.
Yes, we will.
So you wanted me to do one more song. You can talk as much as you want after this, but do you want me to do this song and then you do a closing thing, or how do you do this? What's your thought?
Yeah, you do one more song, then we'll come back on together and we'll say our farewells and our parting words of wisdom. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Well, this was a request, and this is a song that I always liked this song a lot. just a little backstory of it. I was in Minneapolis, Minnesota in 1977, and there were a lot of things going on around rights having to do with Indian people, Lakota people, and the Pine Ridge and Wounded Knee and all that stuff, and the Black Hills, and I had friends who were involved in this struggle to get a traffic light installed outside of a Indian housing project called Little Earth Housing Project. And there was a demonstration, I remember one day, where they brought the drum down. They set it up in the, whatever you call it, the big entranceway of the City Hall building. And they beat on the drum and they sang, and then maybe somebody talked, I don't remember what, about that. But I was wandering around the building while it was going on. And I wound up, having a short conversation with this real nice white lady, middle-aged white lady with, her hair all done and everything. She was working in an office there somewhere for one of the city council people or something, and she looked at me and she says, I don't know why they just don't get them a traffic light. I mean, it's such an obvious thing to do. They should have a traffic light. They've got children there, and it's dangerous for them to cross the street. And she was such a nice person. And so I wrote this song with her in mind, but it isn't directed to her. It's directed to other people in buildings like that who want us to go away, whether it's Black Lives Matter or whatever it is. They want us to go away, to stop talking because it's embarrassing them or it's scaring them. Usually it's scaring them in some way. So it's called You Can't Make It Go Away. And I wrote it way back when my voice was higher and I was younger and everything, and I sang it differently, but it's got a really nice melody and a cool guitar part. I just can't play it that way because it takes, my voice has dropped, so I had to rekey and I had to reposition it. Not just rekey it, but reposition it. So I had to figure out another way to do the thing, and I also updated a few little bits here and there, and you'll see if you know it. Anyway, it goes like this, called You Can't Make It Go Away. There's something happening that don't seem right. There's people on the sidewalk talking at night. You can't quite tell if they're talking about you, but you got a funny feeling that it might be true. And you can't make it go away. It's gaining on you every day. It's only natural anyway. Can't make it go away. You can cover your eyes, you can bury your head, listen up only what the big mouth said. Surfing on the internet under your thumb, crouching in the bunker with your guns and drums. You can't make it go away. It's gaining on you every day. It's only natural anyway. You can't make it go away. You can vibrate and meditate, evacuate your brain. Tune into TV till your eyes go lame. You can grab onto God, you can lock him in your pocket. You can even stick your fingers in the light bulb socket. But you can't make it go away. It's gaining on you every day. It's only natural anyway. You can't make it go away. can laugh us off with a wave of your hand, look down upon us from where you stand. Invent statistics and insult to degrade and make us illegal. You can lock us in the stockade. But you can't make us go away. We're gaining on you every day. It's only natural anyway. You can't make us. Well, I can show you a dog, you can call it a cat. You can do anything you want like that. You can hammer your head in a solid wall and still maintain that it isn't there at all. You can't make it go away. It's gaining on you every day. It's only natural anyway. You can't make it go away.
Classic. Enter classic, my friend.
Jurassic.
Jurassic classic.
Classic. Jurassic.
Yes.
Remember that? There was a cartoon once that had a bunch of dead cars on the freeway. This was back in the 90s, and the legend on the cartoon was Jurassic Car Park.
I like it.
I don't know if you ever saw that.
Yeah.
I like that one, Jurassic Car Park. Anyway, thanks for
Thank
having
you, sir.
me. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. This has been absolutely fantastic. And hopefully I'll have a video of this up on YouTube.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh my God! The humiliation continues.
No, this is good. This is a good thing we've done. Anyway, thank you, Jim.
No, it is. It is.
You made my night. You made my week. You made my month.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it. Enjoyed being here.
Keep doing it on your page. I'll keep watching.
Oh yeah, don't worry.
All right. See you soon. Good night, everybody. Thank you.